everyone, and welcome to the Project for Awesome 2021. My name is Amelia Bell, and this year I'm going to be talking about the Loveland Foundation. The Loveland Foundation was started in 2018 by writer and activist Rachel Cargill when she had a birthday fundraiser titled Therapy for Black Women and Girls, the goal of which was, as you may have guessed from the title, to raise money so that Black women and girls can afford and access high-quality therapy. The fundraiser was a massive success. They raised $250,000, and so Cargill decided to continue doing that work even when the fundraiser was over, and the Loveland Foundation was born. According to their website, which is linked in the description, Loveland Foundation is committed to showing up for communities of color in unique and powerful ways, with a particular focus on Black women and girls. Our resources and initiatives are collaborative, and they prioritize opportunity, access, validation, and healing. So the main goal of the Loveland Foundation is to raise money to help Black women and girls in particular afford high-quality, culturally competent therapy, which is a much larger task than it might sound at the beginning. It's really difficult to find any therapist, period. It's really hard to find a therapist who you can afford, whether that's through insurance or just paying out of pocket. It's really difficult to find a therapist who you can afford, who you like. It's not an easy process. There's often a lot of trial and error involved, and it can be even harder if you are someone in a marginalized community who's looking for a therapist who understands that experience. So the work that Loveland Foundation is doing to remove as many of those barriers as possible for Black women and girls is incredibly important. In addition to raising and distributing money, the Loveland Foundation also has partnerships with organizations Therapy for Black Girls, the National Queer and Trans Therapists of Color Network, Talkspace, and Open Path Collective, all of which are working towards various aspects of Loveland's goal to make therapy more affordable and accessible. These partnerships are something that I find really inspiring and encouraging about Loveland's work. I think we have all seen over the past year the importance of community and collaboration in achieving goals and making change, and I think the Project for Awesome is a prime example of the power that that has and how effective it is when groups of people come together working towards change. So as we all know from having lived through it, this past year has been incredibly difficult, and that goes even more so for the Black community. In addition to the murder of George Floyd by police, the subsequent Black Lives Matter protests, and the police brutality in response to those protests, Black Americans have been uniquely and dramatically affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. According to the Atlantic's COVID tracking project, Black Americans have died at 1.5 times the rate of white Americans, and despite not being the racial group with the highest infection rate, they are the group with the highest death rate. Because of the trauma of this past year, it is more important now than ever before for Black women and girls to have access to high-quality therapy. And not only will they greatly benefit from this, but their children and their children's children will also experience the effects of this healing. I think it's important to remember that every dollar that goes toward the Loveland Foundation is not just going towards the treatment and healing of one person, it's going towards an entire community and the future of that entire community. On their website, the Loveland Foundation says, Black women and girls deserve access to healing, and that healing will impact generations. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. If you agree that the Loveland Foundation should be one of the charities to receive money from this year's Project for Awesome, you can go to the link in the description to vote for them. I hope you all have a wonderful Project for Awesome, that you enjoy the live stream and watch lots of videos and learn about lots of amazing charities. Again, thank you for watching, and don't forget to be awesome.